When we arrived at the gate, knocked, we heard footsteps towards the gate, and it was the mom. So as at this point, like I said in my previous video, my tension had risen to a very significant level. So she opened the gate and then I saw her. And first thing that came to my mind, from her looks, the way she smiled, the way she was dressing, this was another lovely mom. And till now, I can tell you that I don't even remember how I greeted. If I said good afternoon or good morning, I don't know. She hugged me with so much smile, greeted her, came into the compound, saw other children in the compound. They were all like, auntie, 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 welcome. They were greeting me. They were smiling. Some were saying, you're beautiful. You're this. I was shy. I was feeling like a princess that day. So after that, she ushered us into their parlor, waiting for the big conversation. I was still keeping myself intact and waiting. And then I saw food come. It was apple and a very well prepared bitter leaf soup. Now, I've eaten apple before, but this particular one was different. It was soft, it was fresh, it was like it. I almost did not believe it was apple. It was until when he was asking the mom in my presence that this apple is fresh, she confirmed it. That was when I believed that it was apple. And another thing again is I'm really happy that that day our food was combined. If they had given me the food alone, I would have really embarrassed myself because I made sure I ate that food to the last. We really enjoyed ourselves. The food was really, really lovely. At this point, of course, I've relaxed. The tension had gone. I've forgotten that I was here for a very serious conversation. Sitting, I took the plate to the kitchen, thanked her, came back and sat. And then after a while, the dad came in. So he greeted, he asked how was the journey, how was the trip, just asked some very light questions, nothing very serious, nothing really related to my son and you getting married and all that. It was just so light. So after that, then we're ushered to his room and I was made to stay with him in that room. And being a northern girl, I was really, really shy with that for that combination. Next morning, after the morning devotion, me and him went out, went to hang out, visit museums, see some nice places, take pictures. Then towards the evening time, went to the kitchen to fix something for he and I to eat. And then in the process of doing that, his elder brother came into the kitchen. He walked close to me, brought down his voice, like somebody wants to whisper something to you. I was really concerned, like, have I done something wrong? What's it about? Like, was a little bit. Then he said, calm down, yeah? Don't worry, yeah? Don't be afraid. Just relax. You're welcome. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Don't worry yourself. I was shocked. I was happy. I was like, it just felt like I just met my other brother I left at home. Like, I just felt so relaxed. The following morning was Christmas. Woke up, did the normal morning devotion, joined them in preparing the Christmas food. There were a lot of cooking and frying here and there. I joined. They gave me some veggies to chop. I did that. It was just flowing so well. We were supposed to leave the following morning. So that evening was when they called me and him for the conversation. As at this point, I was already relaxed. I was not really bothered much about what the conversation was going to turn out like, unlike what I felt earlier. So during the conversation, he was asked if he's sure. His dad asked him if he's sure that I'm the one he wants to, get married to. And he said yes. And I was asked the same question and I answered yes. After those initial questions, he asked other questions, like where are you from, your local government, your parents, your education, all those questions that is expected. I answered, and after that, they asked both of us to kneel down, and both of them, that's the mom and dad, prayed for us. Prayed and prayed, blessed us, wished us kids, wished us happy married life, wished a lot of things. And I forgot, before this, they also gave us some very serious advice about marriage. Tolerance, patience, and all of the things that come with it. The following morning, we set out traveling, and after a couple of hours, the parents called me to ask how the journey was going, and they were consistent with that calling and checking up on how the trip was going. I don't know if you can relate to having a loved one call you like that consistently when you're traveling. It made me feel so loved, so welcomed and appreciated, and I was really, really happy. Thinking about the entire experience right now, from the food to the conversations, to the people, and particularly my in-laws, it was a beautiful experience. It went way better than I even thought or expected. And from that day, I came to learn that sometimes our fears are bigger than our reality. And different tribes does not mean different hearts.